And welcome back, Cadillac High School. Jay Simon and Dan Gussert with you. Girls Big North volleyball action. We're getting the starting lineups for these two teams. Well, actually, we're getting the entire lineup for these two teams.
Yep.
I coached volleyball, Dan. You'd think I remember that. It's one of the cool things about volleyball is they go through in numerical order every single player on that roster.
You know, and it's kind of surprising that it's not done a little bit more in high school sports. I could see maybe football being a little tougher as you run into 40, 50 players on a team.
Football, you only get one starters for one side of the ball, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's kind of a cool thing, and you can see Vikings watching the Wildcats being introduced right now. They take a little step out and wave to the crowd, and sometimes they'll wave to both sides. You'll see the Vikings wave to the Cadillac Crazies behind them, which has to be addressed.
Yes.
There is a theme every single time for the Cadillac Crazies.
You know,
and, I'll let you guess, Dan. What do you think?
Well, with Spirit Week today, it was Country Western Day, but it's not what I'm seeing in the crowd right now.
Are you seeing tomorrow's day? Is that what we're seeing?
Tomorrow is Superhero Day.
Oh, okay. No, then apparently the Crazies tonight, we get a shot at them at some point, have decided to go comfortable.
Yeah, you see a lot of robes, some jammies going on there.
It's PJ night, apparently, for the Crazies.
Been quite a tradition here to watch the Crazies probably the last, 10 years?
Yeah. It's
maybe longer.
It's very, very cool stuff. And what's even cooler is in the Big North, you don't get a lot of decent crowds for volleyball at any level. You don't get a lot of decent crowds for volleyball. It's a rare thing, unfortunately. However, the fans come out in force for Cadillac.
There's always
volleyball.
a great student body here supporting the volleyball program.
Our officials tonight, our line judges are Bruce Johnson and Jay Sirwitz. Our down ref, or R2, is Ron Musil, and our R1, our up ref, is Mr. John Pell. They will be controlling the action tonight.
I'd like to say something mean about a couple of the officials. I've known Bruce for a long time, lives just down the road from me, and I coached basketball with Jay's kids over the years, but I won't.
I already
told great individuals.
I already told Bruce if he makes a bad line call, we're going to call him out by name and say something about it.
And we're moments away from action.
Try to get some of the jersey numbers down here and starters. Looks like Allison Precourt, a sophomore, is our setter for the Wildcats. Of course, Allie Finch, who is a Miss Volleyball candidate, setting duties for the Vikings. Underway, Wildcats, first swing blocked. Dug up. Into the middle for Katie Mack.
Katie Mack a little long on that shot. Coach McEwen mentioned Katie Mack is their strong middle presence and a very good senior leader for this program.
Mary Kate Taylor, the libero. Tip covered nicely. We're going to get a lift call, interestingly enough. Oh, wait, I told Mr. Pell I wouldn't criticize anything.
Quick 2-0 lead for the Vikings here. You know, sometimes, Jay, with that long trip, you see the Alpena team struggle a little bit early on in games.
Passing very well early. Everything has been right on the money to the setter, and there's a kill off the hands of Caitlin Schultz from the outside. Vikings with the early lead. Madison Murphy, the junior outside hitter defensive specialist, will go back to serve. Finch with the bump set for Christensen on the outside, rolled and dug. And then another roll shot attempted by Emma Gentry, the freshman. That's a big freshman.
That is a big freshman. I think that was blocked right there by Allie Finch in the middle. Or maybe just into the net. Hard to tell from our angle.
I'm sure Finch would take credit for the block if you want to give it to her.
I gave it to her on my unofficial stat sheet.
Finch back to serve. Back set for Schultz, dug up by the Vikings. Kohani on the outside. They're going to say that was touch, so the Vikings with a chance, but they can't get it back over.
Katie Mack with a big, strong block right there.
You can play the ball off the girders, off the ceiling, as long as it remains on your side of the court. So you will see that periodically in volleyball. Finch into the middle for Christensen. Booming blow. Doug. And Finch got lucky there with the partial block.
Well,
Johns will send over the free ball. Wildcats. Nice dig by Taylor. Christensen will push one into the corner. Shelby Seaver dug up. Taylor looking for Johns. She'll push one over. Long point here, and now Shelby Seaver puts that into the net, and it's a point to the Vikings. It's like Gentry, the freshman, is the other outside hitter. That's youth, but that's going to give her some valuable experience being on the varsity. And the Wildcats unable to dig that tip. So I believe that was Kapazinski.
Alpena's got a very young team out there. Certainly not the high school volleyball experience as the Cadillac Vikings. Coach McEwen mentioned beforehand that at times there will be no seniors out on the floor for this team.
There's a kill from Caitlin Schultz, one of just 3 seniors, along with Katie Mack, already mentioned, and Elizabeth Lozen. And Schultz back to serve. Little jump float.
Ace right there.
Jump float ace brings it to 5-4 here early in the first set.
Found that dead spot in the middle of the Cadillac.
It's old campfire shot. That's a tough serve. And there's the block kill for Shelby Seaver on the overpass.
Shelby Seaver,
5.
yep. Coach mentioned she's always a strong presence coming off the bench, gives the team a big spark immediately when she steps on the floor.
And there's the service winner off the arms of Kohani. And Dan, that's a little momentum building for Schultz. The more serves you give her, the tougher it's going to get.
3 points in a row, I think, for the Wildcats right now as they've jumped in front, 6-5.
Yep. Schultz again. That one, nice pass. Back set for Christensen. Nice dig by Schultz. Free ball, though, gives the Vikings an opportunity. Finch on the slide for Christensen, and this time she won't be denied.
Kylie hammered 2 in a row there. Alpena able to dig one of them out. The second one found the floor.
Boy, Kylie Christensen, Dan, she swings angry. Angry swing.
She's come a long way. You know, this is, I think, her 4th year with the varsity. I think she came up partway through the year as a freshman.
There's a well-run play there as they bring Emma Gentry behind Shelby Seaver. The set the pass shouldn't have necessarily fooled anybody on the Vikings, but Seaver sold it well.
Good substitution coming in right here. Can't see that player number. Is that 6?
Yeah, Gentry will go off, and they'll bring in Jordan Ziliskowski for defensive purposes in the back row. Ziliskowski will serve it. Finch. Kapazinski dug up. Madison Murphy dug. Kapazinski again dug up. Finch back row for Christensen rolled. Saved by the Wildcats. Johns can't find a hole. A little miscommunication there, but the Vikings come up with it again. Johns tries to send it down the line. And the Wildcats can't dig it up.
Then we have substitution for the Vikings. Coming in right now is number 11. That would be Ellens.
That's Jordan Ellens.
Jordan Ellens, thank you. First name was escaping me.
Going back to serve. Nice float. Solid pass, though, from Schultz. And that swing is out of bounds.
Murphy sent that one a little bit too long. Didn't quite get rotating around on that.
Vikings up 8-7 here early in the first. Ellens is going to send that long, and we're knotted back at 8. Well, these young Wildcats not going away, Dan.
Well, been a very even start. Alpena's got to be very surprised right now, and I'm sure Coach Bryan for Cadillac's a little disappointed.
And there's Allie Finch showing why having a 6'1" athletic left-handed setter is such a weapon as she takes that pass and drives it over for the kill.
You mentioned Allie, one of 10 finalists, I believe it is, for Miss Volleyball here in the state of Michigan.
There's an ace from Kapazinski. Yep, absolutely. One of 10 finalists for the Miss Volleyball award at the end of the year, which is a great honor. Graduating early from high school in order to go play volleyball. I want to say there's a kill by Kohani. Brooke Kohani, the lone freshman on the Viking squad. Is it Bowling Green?
You know, it's escaping me right now.
I want to say it's down in that area.
Yeah,
I know
it's just across the border, and I can't think if it's Bowling Green. I believe you're right.
I had that in my old notes. I don't have it anymore. Nice dig. Finch outside for Kohani. Down the line for the kill.
Yeah, you mentioned Miss Volleyball sports in Michigan. We have Miss Volleyball. We have Mr. Basketball, Miss Basketball. You know, for all sports, there is that traditionally what is recognized as the strongest player in the class graduating. My niece was Miss Basketball a few years back, and she's playing down at Michigan State right now. She'll be a junior down there, Lexi Gussert.
Lexi Gussert. Oh, I knew that name was familiar.
That would be my baby brother's girl. Yep.
Wow. Uncle taught her everything she knows.
Yep.
Yeah, she was a stud. Man, heck of a player. That's right. You said you've got Western UP roots. That makes sense. We're going to get 4 contacts. That never crossing the tape. So the Wildcats will get it back, 12-10. Vikings with the lead.
Yeah, I would think probably Coach Brines was expecting a start similar to this. Homecoming week, big matches next week. Alpena struggling coming to town. I think she's going to rely on experience to kind of pull them through to a level of volleyball they probably expect out of themselves.
Freshman Kohani with the kill there on a nice set from Finch. Kind of a half shoot set. A little quicker than your normal high and outside. Mack in the middle, dug up. We'll get another shot at it. Schultz outside, off the hands. Dug by Kapazinski. Christensen on the quick. Shovels it over. Mack rolls one over. Kohani with the roll shot. And nobody home. As the setter, Allison Precourt, had to take that first ball, Dan, and nobody went to go take the second.
Nobody chased her down. You know, there was a nice play in there by number 17, Taylor, for the Vikings. Just that one loose ball looked like it was going to find the floor, and she was able to get a hand on it. A little bit later, Vikings score the point.
Nice scrambling by the Vikings. Wildcats with another opportunity, and it's going to be a double contact.
Yep. That brings the Vikings up to a 5-point lead quickly here all of a sudden, 15-10.
Taylor back to serve. Mack in the middle, trying to find that open campfire, but the Vikings cover it, and Christensen powers one down for the kill. And we are going to get a Wildcat timeout, 16-10. Vikings with the lead.
I think unofficially that would be Kylie Christensen's third kill, and certainly had a couple more powerhouse slams that Alpena was able to return.
Well, Dan, this is, as we mentioned, one of 5 girls volleyball matches that we're bringing to you here on 26 Sports and CCTV, and could not do that without sponsor support, and we appreciate each and every one of them. We want to run those down for you. They include Ebel's General Store, Cadillac Casting, the Bear Den Grill, Pack Mail, Bigelow's Supply, LC Materials and the Concrete Store, Vickery Financial, Douglas, High Point, Cadillac Tire, Pizza Plus, Crystal Flash, and Bowman and Rogers.
Big hats off to all of our sponsors.
Yeah,
appreciate what they've been able to bring to us and allow us to do, and allow you as visitors to observe here in the Big North.
Kahani and Christensen putting up the big block on Madison Murphy, but Murphy twice managing to get it partially through and over to the Vikings side. The Vikings can't come up with the second one, and so the side out. Good timeout.
Good
for the
timeout by
Wildcats.
Coach McEwen. Got her team settled down. Quick point for the Wildcats.
Christensen on the outside. Oh, my word.
She's a strong player. I played a little basketball against her over the years, and I'll be honest with you, I don't really enjoy guarding her at my age anymore. She likes to battle inside and push around in there. You can see that same kind of fire in her eye out here on the volleyball floor.
Some confusion by the Wildcats, miscommunication on who's going to send that third ball over. And the miscue gives the Vikings an 18-11 lead. Allie Finch with her own jump float. Nice job there by the freshman Gentry to do something with very little. Christensen with the off-speed pitch finds the hole.
That ball split between Mack and Perkins. Cheyenne Perkins, number 13 out there, I believe had a birthday earlier this week, so happy birthday to her from all of us here.
It's going to be a tough one, and Precourt unable to bring that through. You got to send it through the antenna and over the net. That is going to be a tight fit. Finch, another tough serve into the stands. 3 straight run off by Allie Finch from the service line. 21-11 Vikings.
If this was middle school volleyball, she'd only get 2 more.
That's right.
You're only allowed to serve 5 in her own middle school volleyball.
It's a great rule, too. Big swing from Gentry, dug up. Christensen finds the corner. Kind of an odd play there, Dan, as the ball bouncing at the top, and Finch did a great job of letting that go because she is back row. She can't go up there and touch that above the tape. And there's an ace.
And the Vikes are 1 point away from securing, 2 points away from securing set number 1 here.
5 straight from Finch. Free ball coming for the Vikings. Kapuzinski, Finch, quick to Kahani, and good. Oh, I love that play, Dan.
It is a great way, especially when you've got somebody like a Kylie Christensen up there in the floor, and you got to respect what she can do.
All starts with the pass. Kapuzinski putting it right on the money. Vikings looking to close this one out, and Mack will send that long, and the Vikings take the opening set 25-11. We'll be back. Game 2 coming up in just a moment.